Oh, hey there. Got a couple of twins on the show today. It's going to be episode 3 with the Whiters, aka Nathan and Joel White, aka Cyber Twins, aka Fun. Let's get it done. See you there. And we're live here, episode 3 of Scruffy Chinwags and Remedy for Curiosity. I've got a couple of guests today, aren't I lucky? Oh, we got the bloody Whiter twins, wouldn't you believe it?
Howdy do.
All the way from the Owaka Changi, smashing beers already.
Born and bred, brother.
Born and bred, aren't they? Well, what I'm going to get you boys to do is just give us a little bit of an introduction each. We'll go for you first, Joel.
Rightio. I'm currently just living in Owaka on the farm with the parents. Just having a bit of casual work on the farm in Balclutha with a guy doing property maintenance sort of stuff, mowing lawns and all that.
Yep.
And this year I'll be doing my honours degree in film and media studies.
Shit, that's exciting.
Bloody exciting. Looking really forward to it, eh?
Mm.
And also be a RA at Unicol.
All right, RA
Yeah.
business. I've heard good things.
Oh, it shouldn't be too bad.
So when are you going to be starting that?
That's you sort of do the training and introduction to it starts on the 5th of February.
Oh, so pretty soon.
Yes, next couple of weeks.
All
and
go. And honours is just 1 year, right? Is that just
Yeah.
all honours degrees? I think it is, eh?
Yeah,
Sure.
one.
Yeah.
So your masters is normally 2, I think.
Yeah, and then you
And
got your
then-
big PhDs for, is that your 3?
Yeah, 3 or 4 years, I think.
Can it
Think-
vary? Or,
Well,
Dunno.
they reckon it takes
No,
at least 3 years, but normally
PhD's just
people
2 years too.
no.
1 year learning and 1 year research. And
No.
do your thesis there.
is he?
People do theses, PhD theses for 3 years.
Yeah,
They
I
still
think it's
don't
3
finish them.
years.
Mm.
Nath,
I'll get back to you on that one.
how about you? We'll
G'day.
just get you to straighten that mic up a touch. Just give it a wee twist towards you. Here.
Yo. Yeah, g'day. What's Nathan been up to?
Big Nath.
Working for 3 months since his finished a uni last year.
Yep.
Just on a cattle farm,
Very good.
rearing some calves and bulls and the
Mhm.
such.
Mm-hmm.
Hard yakka.
Yeah.
Love it though. Three days left. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then I'm finished. Going back to town to do a bit of taxi driving for full time
Full-time taxi driving.
for about 2 or 3 weeks before the start of uni this year. So
So when are you looking to start that up?
taxiing
Yeah,
as soon as I get back to town, really.
which is going to be mid-Feb.
Well, from now till
Oh,
mid-Feb,
righto.
as well as so I'll
Okay.
just be doing it by myself.
There you
just
go,
full-time.
kids. If you're ever in town / Dunedin,
Mm.
us Cluthorian, South Otago people call it town. The big city.
Nathan's private vehicle hire 02784.
There you go, bit of promo. So, what made you get into that?
Oh, a few things really. Like I was just
I was always drinking. he
Joel's
wanted to
always
sober
drinking,
drive.
and I was sober driving, and I sort of enjoyed it. Like, just did a couple random nights where people would text me and ask me for a ride, and they'd chuck me $5. I was like, yeah, that felt alright.
Under
So I
the
did a
table.
bit longer, and then ended up doing my P endorsement for taxi driving,
Yeah.
and got a car, put some stickers on it, and she's all go from there. Rest is history.
So, how much did your stickers cost?
Stickers cost $138.
You get them
Including
designed
just-
through.
I got them done in, what was it called? Print.
Online? Something online?
Yeah, no, a guy in Dunedin done it. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Print Tech 2000 Limited, I think, or something.
Right.
So yeah, I just sent him a wee idea, and he sort of
We
Done the
how's your
rest and-
father, and he just sorted it out for you.
sent it back, and I was like, yeah, bro, that's me.
That's the one.
Killed it.
That's the one, eh?
It's the one. And how much? What are your rates?
I don't really have a set rate. Like my standard rate's probably $10.
Yep.
$10 will get you to A and B.
Yep.
But if you want to go from maybe St Clair to Ockley, that'll cost you 20.
Yeah.
But I try and keep the students well treated. You know, like
You're
if-
trying to offer a safe way for students to get to
Yeah.
into the township, the Octagon area,
Yep.
without bloody chopping their arm and leg off through
Exactly.
the bloody price.
Oh, these kids that are getting charged $25 to get to town, they can't afford it. You know,
It's just not viable for them,
I
is
do-
it?
if I normally have.
That's almost a slab of Sogos right there.
It is. It's criminal. I have quite a few regulars that I'll do a $5 trip every now and then. You know.
So you're developing a few relationships out there.
Oh, for sure, client base, baby.
Yeah, I like it. And how many regulars do you got, do you reckon?
I would say, at an estimate, I probably have about 25 that I always get.
Yep.
At least.
And that's
once.
your Saturdays mainly.
Mainly Saturdays, Fridays.
Saturdays, Fridays. type of job.
Thursdays is sort of new faces.
Yep.
Because there's heaps of people, like heaps of range of people out there.
Yep. And so you're marketing all through Facebook basically, or what?
Facebook, word of mouth. I got some business cards made up as well.
There you go.
250 of those.
Hey, get out there in O Week and start handing them out, I reckon.
I'm getting 500 made. They're ordered, getting made. They'll be here before O Week, so get them out to the bars, the security guards. That's the best guys to have because they pass them out to
Yeah.
the drunk people, you know.
Good idea.
But no, it's all good.
Man, that's good shit, man. Good shit for setting that up. I like
It's pretty sweet. Like, can do what I want, sort of own boss.
self-employed, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're earning a bit of coin from it as
I was-
well, I imagine.
The do re mi is not bad. I make if I'm out there from maybe 10 till 5 in the morning,
Yeah,
I'll make at least $200.
I rate that.
Do that 3 nights a week, $600
There you go.
plus study link,
And
easy living.
yeah, yeah, you got your study link as well. You won't have it this year though, right? You finished study, didn't you say?
No, yeah, I'm still going.
Oh, you're still going? What are you
Go-
doing now?
I'm only I was doing computer science but changed to geography just recently, so
Oh yeah.
second year in that this year.
Here you go, Joel. Hey, well, good to get a wee word out about yous.
Yeah, no.
We'll get a wee cheers in before we get
Yeah,
into it
bloody
all.
oath.
Cheers, fellas.
Stumo for life.
Oh,
Hey, oh.
cricket.
On that note, let's get into a bit of cricket, eh?
Hmm.
Let's talk nostalgia.
Oh,
South
yes.
Otago
Let's
days.
get back to it.
Let's get back to it.
The couple years.
I
was
actually
good at cricket.
recently went to the Black Caps game last Saturday,
Oh yeah.
Yo,
and you wouldn't guess who I spotted there.
Missed Elliot Carroll.
Elliot Carroll was there.
yeah.
Frenchie, how art thou?
Shout out to Frenchie. Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
Oh, it's bloody good to see him, you know.
He's a good guy, eh?
So he kind of came into the picture when we were what? When I don't know what year you guys were. I would have been year 12 though, I think.
Maybe. Yeah, no, it would have been year 12 because you're 2 years older than us. We would have been year 10. Yep. Bang on.
That math goes for it.
Year 9 was just Mr. Hoare, really. Gareth.
We didn't
and
really play
Pat.
first 11 first in
Yeah.
year 9.
When I was year 11, it was Big Pat McKenna running things.
Ben Keach. Yeah.
And your B Keach, yeah.
In the Premier comp, getting smoked.
That was a good team. No, we were
It was.
good.
Yeah.
Mm.
The year after we got bloody smoked every.
No, we made the semi with Pat, and then he went on holiday for the semi final.
That's right.
Hey, you got to take a break sometimes,
Yeah.
you
a
know.
bit like,
fair
bit like Tom Horton, Ruben Gray, and Michael White leaving the soccer team.
Hey, I didn't
Oh,
ever
right.
leave that soccer team. Never. I was there right through for year 13.
Except when you're watching on the sideline with Joel.
Oh, here's the controversy.
I've been given the gone. But yeah, you fellas still playing cricket?
Yeah.
Yeah,
A whacker.
playing for Wacker in the South Otago Prem competition.
Yeah. And how are they going? I don't know anything about the South O comp anymore. What's happening?
We got smoked in the 2020 competition. Did we get last?
Yeah.
We didn't. No, we. Do we?
We won 1 game and lost 5.
Can only
Yeah.
improve from there.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But the 40 over comp, which has just been for the last 4 weeks, we've had 3 wins and a default. So that's not too bad. to
Well,
be
that's
fair.
good numbers
No.
right there.
3
Undefeated.
wins, 1 default, and a loss.
Oh, and a loss.
Yeah.
So who's the top running team at the moment? You're running.
Us.
Oh,
Us and
yeah.
Kai.
Yeah, we were on top. Yeah, yeah.
You and Kai Tangata.
Mm-hmm.
The coal miners, baby.
And you'll be steaming and opening the bowling, are you?
Yeah, try to, eh?
You're bowling 150 yet?
No. I'd say
Full
one.
answer, no.
Honestly, I'd probably say 125.
125.
Yeah.
That's good.
Maybe pushing 130 on a tailwind,
Yeah.
like I had the other week.
And who's at the other end?
Jeremy Gray. Sending down grenades.
That's the
Still
one.
there after 10 years, and he's only 24.
Yeah, she's a bit of a community down there.
No, it is.
For
It's-
sure.
And what are you betting?
I've had a couple goes at different places, well, different positions. I was opening for a couple weeks in the T20,
Mm.
and then failed. So just sort of middle order.
Middle order.
Yeah, middle order has gone well for me really because I've had like 3 innings and average of about. Had a couple of not outs, average of about 50
Oh yeah.
at number 6. So it's quite.
Well, that's solid, mate.
Like
What's your
you-
high
Yeah.
score?
23 not out.
23
a-
not out.
Yeah.
Well, that's solid.
In a T20, just
I was
we had
betting
a bit
too.
of a collapse.
We were both 23 not out. Could we partnership to save the innings?
Is that right? You're
Mm.
both in together.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
batting 11 or what?
No, I was batting. I was
Eight.
batting 8.
Oh yeah.
And we saw it the last of the innings. It was good.
You're rolling the arm, are you, Joel, or not?
Nah, just fielding, eh?
Fielding hard in the slips.
Nah, boundary.
Boundary fielder.
Yeah,
Cow corner, cow corner.
love it, eh?
Good bit
Tell
of
them
fitness
the one
there.
you dropped yesterday.
Oh, it's just
Oh.
a bloody.
Dropped a sitter, did you?
No, it wasn't. Well, probably was a sitter, but I had to run quite far to it, and it was a howling gale, so it was swirling around. I was just
All I hear is excuses, Joel.
well,
Yeah. Too much of this.
it's been a bit of that this year, eh? I've been
Is that right?
taken a few, but
Bit of
dropped a
butter in the
couple
hands
too.
this year, eh?
Oh, I've
Can't keep
taken
your hands
about-
out of the popcorn.
I've taken
The
about
devil Wankley Saturday morning.
I've had about 7 catches and like 3 drops, I think.
Yeah.
So only,
And
only can prove, eh?
when do you guys think you're peaking right now at your cricket form, or do you think you've already peaked? I'm not saying that there's not room to peak later, but as of what the stats say at the moment, where's your peak in your cricket career?
I don't think with my bowling, because of the people we're playing against compared to who we were playing in high school.
Yeah.
Like the last 2 years of high school, we played in the town comp.
Mm.
So we're playing like Logan Park, First 11, Tyree, Kings seconds, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
was
nine
taking a
teams.
lot more wickets than what I take now.
Yeah.
Like in 2 seasons,
As far as stats go, you're maybe doing better, but maybe you feel like you're a better bowler now.
I am definitely a better bowler now because I have to put in the right areas compared to back then. I was just bowling it quick and no one could, face it.
Erratic.
Yeah. So I took about, in 2 seasons, I took over 40 wickets
Okay.
at high school. So, but
That's
now,
pretty good, eh?
the last 2 seasons, I've only taken maybe 17.
Yep.
So, down a wee bit, but feeling pretty good still.
Feeling good, feeling
If I can
young.
get a bit bigger.
You want to get a bit bulkier.
Yeah, you can send it a bit quicker, you reckon?
Been gymming.
Yeah.
You've been
Right.
gymming too, have you?
Nah, Jim, eh?
Nah, no time for that shit.
Might get back into it now this year because probably might be thinking about playing rugby again.
Rugby,
Ooh,
eh?
here we
Did you not
go.
play last year?
No,
Just
I've
ref.
been reffing for the last couple of years, eh?
So what got you into that?
I played my last year rugby was 2015 and first year
Mm-hmm.
at Unicole. I was playing for the Harbour Prem Colts,
Hawks, baby.
and I had a few head knocks and hurt my neck quite bad in the first game of the season. In the last game of the season, I ripped a muscle in my knee, so I was just a
Shit.
bit injury prone and decided to take up reffing.
Yeah.
For the last couple of years, and it's been pretty good, eh? But I was missing it a lot last year.
What? So what's the entry for? How do you become a ref? I've always kind of
Tell the
wondered this.
people.
What's the go?
Oh, you just got to make contact with the sort of just whatever sort of club you want to get into, like the South Otago Refs or the Otago Ref in Dunedin.
Mm.
Just make contact, and you can just start going to the weekly meetings, and just start training from there. Really.
Yep.
Normally,
What's training? What are you doing?
just no bugger all. The
Getting the
real
flag up.
dedicated stuff do the fitness and living weekly running and all that sort of stuff, but there's actually doing it, and like having a few games under your belt every weekend's the best way to get fit for it, eh?
You think it's the experience?
Yeah, experience.
You learn from the
grows
experience
the
a bit.
fitness, eh?
And what about confidence on the field?
Oh,
You got to take a bit of stick out there, don't you?
you take a lot of stick, really, eh? You never,
I fucking spray the refs when I'm out there.
and you're probably not the only one because a lot of, well, that's what everyone says. Like,
Probably the worst. I'll jump in here. The worst
Get in.
people for it would probably be the. Would you agree that it's like the young under 14, 15 kids that just have no respect?
Mm.
oh,
Just-
it's all young. It's all school rugby, really. Because just last year, I found it real bad. Just
Have a few bad run-ins, did you?
well, the kids weren't too bad. It's just it must be sort of not just anyone in particular, but it's just like the sort of coaching environment that they're getting put into, where it's more rugby's more competitive and everyone wants to be winning.
Yeah.
And so everyone thinks that their rules are what is gospel in a way. So like if you call them up on it, they will just and throw their toys out the cot. And yeah, so like my first year, like 15 under 14s and 15 games were pretty quiet and didn't have any problems because people just sort of took your calls as they come. But last year, you get people on the sidelines and all the guys playing just argue with you about everything.
Sticking their nose in where it's not welcome.
Yeah, the biggest thing is people trying to get explanation on what the call was, and like in the heat of the moment, like you just see what you call, and you can't, like, you don't have enough time to just explain every single call that you make, and
Yeah.
you know, so
Oh, I mean, when you bring it back down to the real world and actual people doing it, I mean, I think refs kind of get like dehumanized a little bit on the
Yeah.
field, and they're just kind of like this authority figure that people
yeah,
have to obey,
Mm.
but don't like obeying.
No.
And in particular, I think that it should stay on the field. I don't think there should be anything coming from the
No.
sidelines. I think
No.
that's the worst thing. I mean, you're
Yeah.
always going to get players frustrated with a call, aren't you? It's just it's part of the game.
yeah.
Doesn't mean that they
You're-
should be spraying the
you're riffing-
ref.
Yeah, you're riffing two teams, so one side on every call you make is going to be upset about it. So it's
Yeah.
just, that's just the inevitable.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, yeah, it's more about people just appreciating you're actually out there doing it, and you're not going to be. No one's going to ever ref a perfect game. Like, no one's going to. And the thing is, you're never going to get told you just had a good game because
No,
everyone-
you only
one
ever get
side's
told
gonna-
it's a bad game, don't
Yeah.
you? You never
only
get credit.
the good games are the ones that that no one says anything to you.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, and like in my first year, I had probably about 10 yellow cards in 9 games, and then last year, because I was
That's a good
It's-
number.
I was
Statistics
always
show white
quite
riffing.
stressed on blooming high, like strict. Sorry, not stressed. I was stressed when I was riffing. That's another thing, but like quite strict on dangerous tackles and high tackles and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
My first year I had a bit to work on with my ruck sort of knowledge and that sort of thing, and the laws of offside and all that. But last year I gave about probably 12 or 13 yellow cards the whole year.
Is
And
it
about-
fun giving out yellow cards?
Yeah, you sort of. It's not fun. Like you've seen someone break the rugby laws, so you got to sort of punish them for it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't want to do is just let people get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, oh, that guy's been offside again. So, and then the other team was offside, so it was cut even really, because 2 wrongs don't make a right, and you know, you got to.
It's consistency as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned. Whenever I'm looking at reffing, I'm looking for consistency, and I'm looking for no hesitation. You know,
Yeah.
like if someone argues the call and you realise you've done a wrong call, you got to kind of stick with your call. Like you can't
Yeah.
be going back on your call. We don't have TMOs out there for your bloody club rugby.
No.
Heck no.
Right.
So they take under 15s versus Tyree.
Nah,
That was what
they're
I-
not going to have a Sky Sports crew blooming filming them and Grant Nisbo saying, "Oh, what a shot," and that sort of stuff, and Justin Marshall saying, "Me oh my, yes boy," you know.
That's what I sort of noticed your first year of riffing when I watched you a few times. you're quite hesitant on your calls.
Yeah, I know.
Like there was one
Whenever
game
I
at
get
Balclutha-
nervous, I always scratch my head.
Yeah, there
I
was one
scratching
game
my
at
head a lot
Balclutha
in
that I
first year.
remember specifically. There was a real awkward ball. Like the ball bounced off someone into someone else, and then it sort of rolled forward, and they
Right,
tried
yeah.
to score. And Joel was
that's
sort of
probably-
standing on
Yeah.
the bloody try line, going, "Rightio, we'll call it a try," and just blows it up. But whether it was a try, it's probably a 50-50 call.
And that's more about where my positioning was because, well, I was more following the ball in first year, and rather than last year, I was actually like positioning myself in a position that's like, predicting where the ball's going to go.
Yeah.
And just, giving yourself space to actually
I
be
think
able to
that's
see
key.
it. Mm.
I think that's massive.
Mm-hmm.
It's the big time right there, mate.
Yeah, so...
Did you play rugby this year, Nate? Or are you playing soccer?
Football, yeah,
You playing keeper still, mate?
yeah, mate.
Oh, mate.
Varsity club.
Oh, I rate that.
It was quite cool because like I played 4 different teams. So varsity men's have 5 teams.
Mm-hmm.
One in the top grade, seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths. So I got a taste for everything.
Yeah.
Apart from top because they've got like 3 keepers.
Oh, real.
But no, it was a bloody good experience. Looking forward to it this year. Should be good.
Back at it this
Yeah.
year.
Yep.
What team do you want to be mainly based in this year?
Well, last year I was sort of like the thirds,
Yep.
which was pretty sweet. Like it was real awesome because it was social enough that you just had fun and stuff, but it was competitive enough as well that you
Have
bloody-
good games of footy.
exactly enjoyed it, and you enjoyed winning, not really enjoy losing, but you
Well,
took the losses.
losing hurt,
Yeah, exactly.
which is
you
a
know?
good thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that makes you want to go out and try and win.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Especially being a keeper, like if you fuck up, you
Yeah.
want to bloody save another one.
Yeah,
But his seconds was good too, but the team was a bit more topsy turvy. Like 1 week we won 7-0 against Green Island.
Yeah.
2 weeks later we lost 10-0.
To them.
Nah, to bloody
Ah.
Tom
Same
Horton's team.
Ah,
Ooh,
bloody
Wodo.
Dunedin Technical.
Yes,
Oh, they won it, didn't they?
they did. Yep,
A strong side.
great team.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
But yeah, so
okay.
it's a bit like
Well,
that, eh?
you quite enjoy keeper then? There's
Love
a lot of pressure.
It is. I love it though.
Yeah?
Like, it's sort of a thing. It's sort of like bowling, really. Like, if you do a few good balls, your confidence just gets up and up. You bowl down a half track, you get hit for 6, it goes down. You know. Like if I do,
it's a
if
mental
I-
game.
yeah, for sure. Like if I make a couple of saves early on, do a couple decent catches, then I'll be sweet for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Like
It's
whereas
that early game moments where you got to kind of push through and build your confidence from there, isn't it?
exactly, that's what you sort of
Sets the
base
pace
whole
for the
game.
rest of the match. Yeah.
Now for sure, and whereas if you get a couple early goals scored against you, you're sort of behind the 8 ball for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, behind the 8 ball, couldn't set it better myself.
Mm. Are you playing rugby or footy?
What am I
Football?
doing this year? I'm playing touch rugby at the moment.
Oh,
That's what I'm doing. We've got the Otago Nationals coming up in March.
Who are
Got
you
it.
playing for?
This Otago Opens
Oh, yo.
mixed team. We only have a mixed team for Otago.
Yep.
But yeah, that should be good. We're wearing a bit of a scar from last year, pulling up short by 1 try in the final. Oh,
Battle
yeah.
wins.
that'll hurt you.
Oh, it still stings, boys. But you know,
It'll anger you to push on though, won't it?
oh yeah, it's very driving, motivating for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why I'm back, mate. That's why I'm here.
Similar sort of setup. It's like same sort of people, or
Yeah, I
Few
think it's like
new people.
3 to 5 different people, like
Oh, yeah.
swapped out of a
Yep.
team of 16, I think.
oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's a good return rate then, eh?
Yeah, pretty good return rate. Yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, touch is always a hard one to predict. You
Mm.
never know who's going to turn up on the day.
Exactly.
It's it's a morale thing as well.
Would
A
you
lot of
say,
confidence,
like,
isn't it?
The weather could have a big factor in it.
Yeah, the weather completely changes the game. You know,
Mm.
it's nice and rainy and windy. You know, you have all of a sudden your long balls out the game.
Yep.
It's going to be a nice tight in game, really.
Howling gale.
Yeah, exactly. And you never know. Auckland bloody puts on a storm sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're having a bit of a weather shock up there at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, it rains more up there than it does down here at the moment, to be fair.
We've had a bloody good summer, eh?
Oh,
yeah.
it's been good.
Too
Fuck,
good.
it's been hot, eh?
Too
The
good.
farm's dry, mate.
Is he?
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, yeah. Tommy's praying for rain.
Tommy.
Cheers, Tommy.
Is it meant to rain tomorrow? I think there might be a few drops coming in tomorrow.
I heard a
All
rumor.
week, I think it's meant to forecast a bit of drizzle and stuff, but you know,
I never.
you want to see.
Not that reliable, is it?
You just
No.
want to see sheets of
A good old
the
flooding day.
monsoon rain, eh?
Exactly. Get the
Yeah.
kayaks out.
Mm.
And farming. How is the farm going?
It's getting by. Yep.
Yeah.
What's the plan on that front for you fellas? You guys talked inheritance in that part, or
For me personally, I probably wouldn't worry about getting back onto getting. I'll help out in the breaks and stuff of
it's
university.
not a future long-term plan for
No,
you?
I'm not. Probably don't have the motivation or the blooming
The
sort
desire.
of know how to actually manage a farm by myself. So,
Yeah.
I help where I can, and that's
Mhm.
about as far as it goes.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Fair enough, mate.
What about you, Nate?
Mm.
For me, it probably not probably. It definitely is a long-term goal.
Yep.
Like I'd like to.
You'd like to take over the family farm?
whether it's that farm or
Or-
another farm.
yep.
But yeah, just
Goose.
Yeah, wow. Have a word. I think Daniel's probably in line to take over the home farm.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But yeah, whether I get do my studies and get a career out of that, and then long term look at getting into something, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, just playing it by ear at the moment, eh?
Tom has still got a few years in him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting on. The knees are giving out, are they?
Exactly.
Oh, it's the knees, it's the ankles and shoulders.
Shit. Aging's tough work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're doing. Mum and Dad they've done
Much.
pretty well to raise 6 boys and on the farm of that size. So,
Mm.
it's been-
What is the size of your farm?
It's not bigger than Goose's. It's only 510 acres.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So, but no, it's been pretty sweet, eh?
Yep.
Good lifestyle to get brought up on, I suppose.
You
Great.
quite like the farm environment.
Great up.
Yeah. Yep.
These
That's good.
These townies don't know what they're missing. Just to be frank.
Well, they'd probably say the same about the farm.
Oh
life.
yeah, just walking around. Night.
Pros and cons of both, isn't there?
Mm.
No, there is for sure. That's the thing with coming to Dunedin. It was quite cool just to be away from it all, just not
Put
having.
yourself into a different environment, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
And you can hardly even call Dunedin a city.
No,
Really.
compared to other, yeah,
Mm.
compared
Relative
to
to
other
like the
spots.
world and
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatnot. I mean, the likes of Melbourne's the size of New Zealand in population.
Exactly.
Almost.
Mm.
It's just crazy. It's
people like
unthinkable.
No.
people like me and Joel, which haven't been out of New Zealand. Oh, Joel went to Australia once, but we
Rugby
haven't really
trip,
seen
baby.
much. To be fair,
South
you know.
Otago, 2014. 2 games of rugby in 1 week.
Is
yeah,
that-
boy.
yeah.
Great colour. Woo! That was a bloody good trip.
That was a good trip. That was a good trip.
Mm.
Is travel something on your to-do list?
We're actually just talking
Mm.
about that on the way home from Dunedin. I think you're a mug if you say you
Microphone,
don't want to
brother.
travel. Pardon?
What was that? Sorry.
You're a mug if you don't want to travel.
Yep.
Like if you just want to, I don't think you should be content just with what we've got at the moment. Like you want to see the
Yeah.
world and
Yeah.
do things and go places like
It's
me and-
almost living blindly if you don't go
Exactly.
see it, is it?
Mm.
you can't. The human nature is to explore, you know,
Mm.
Mm.
and we want to get out there. What I want to see is small town America.
Mm.
That'll be my goal.
Yeah. Quite attracted to the American style of living then?
Yeah, for sure.
Anywhere
Mm.
in particular? State? City?
Highway 66.
Highway 66?
Yeah,
Route 66.
Route 66.
Route
Sorry,
66. So where's that going to be running through?
that runs through the whole centre.
Right through the centre. You just want to hit that whole thing
That'll be a starting point.
and just
Maybe.
go off that, you reckon?
Yeah.
Whatever catches your attention.
Yep.
And so that's actually kind of something you boys have talked about doing, hitting the old Route 66.
Well, that's what Dad too would probably like to go on a trip round there on a Harley or something.
Mm.
But what I want to do if I was going to go to America, I'd probably want to I'd see if I could get some work around there too,
Mm.
because
Bit of a working visa type situation.
Yeah, because
We're actually discussing what a working visa is because I said it's not a credit card, is it?
no
Because yeah.
the working visa card. Yes. So you can spend money in America. No, that's not it.
Joel said it's almost like a passport, which I'll run with.
Yeah,
Would
it
you
is
agree?
kind of like that
Yeah.
passport. Yeah, well, it gets added to your passport.
Yo.
So.
Oh, yo. Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sort of work because I done a course last December when I went up to Auckland to the New Zealand Voice Acting Academy.
That's
So that was
right.
it was quite cool. Went for a 2-day.
Do you want to go into that for a little bit?
Yeah.
What do we got?
So
What do you get? What'd you get up to? What's the ambition?
it was just like a sort of you done your like news, like not news, but your like your TV ads and like business promotions and sort of some character acting, which was pretty fun for me.
And this is just open to the public.
Yeah, it's there's only 6 positions in it in every course, and it's nearly $800 for a ticket each.
Right.
So it's quite
Spinny.
Yeah, if you want to do it, you got to be passionate about it and spend the do re mi. So
There it is again.
but yeah. So doing like the characters, character voices and stuff is probably something I'd like to look into. Because I done they had a script for a Power Rangers episode.
Right.
And like there was a character there that was like the shape of an elephant, and I done a voice for that. And after I'd done it, the lady who runs the voice acting agency in New Zealand online, she said that if I lived in Auckland, she'd be able to fly me over to America to audition for the show.
Is that right?
So
Do you want to give us a rendition or?
Or yeah,
Later on, maybe.
Yeah, later on. We'll see how
We'll get a
see
few
how the
more
cans
bloody
go.
Smirnoff Ices in, eh?
Yeah.
Speaking of Smirnoff Ice, we'll get back to that.
Yep. Yeah.
RTDs, you reckon, boys? That's the go-to for you lads, is it?
For me, it is. Yeah, I live and breathe Smirnoff vodkas. I love the old
Woman.
cranberry goon.
Cranberry goon, eh?
Vodka goon. It's bloody nice. Joel has actually never drunk Smirnoff Red. He's a rum, dark rum, bourbon.
Yep.
Loves his bourbon.
I appreciate that. Joel's just going to
He's
have a
awake.
wee break. He's had enough.
He'll go 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no,
Smirnoff's through and through, eh?
yeah, I just like drinking something that's actually nice to drink. Like, it's all well and good to say.
And you boys can fucking send them, can't you?
Yeah, we've come a long way since a 4-pack of 440s in the basement.
That's right.
Memories.
That's where it all started, wasn't it?
That was our first night drinking.
Was it? What was that after? Who did we play?
Waitaki Boys, was it?
Was that the first game of rugby that season? Fuck, we had a big piss up that season for that first 15 year, eh?
Yeah.
We were pissing up hundies.
Bloody the court session throwing bloody food at Shane's car. Oh, boys.
Cheers,
He was
Shano.
good and dirty.
Big Shano, Captain and Shano. Oh, good on him. Oh yeah, shit. That was intense. But yeah, ever since that was beers you tried to do down here, wasn't it?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
Spates.
That put you off your bit, you reckon?
Yeah, I can't drink Spates, I just don't like it, you know? Like, it's all well and good trying to be a masculine man and drink Spates because you're from the south and shit, but fuck it, I couldn't sit
Can you
here and
drink beer
Spates.
or not Spates?
Nah, no beer.
No beer.
Nothing. Yeah,
Hey, there's a few
it's
people like that.
sipping it and like,
I like to call them pussies.
Yeah. I
but,
can. I've gone a bit of a roller coaster with my sort of drink taste
Your
because
palate.
I started drinking like heaps of beer and Spates and Wildbuck and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then in the Otago Country under-18 breakup, we had it at the coach's at the coach's farm woolshed that he had just inland of Matara down in Southland.
Mater.
Yeah.
Matura.
And they got about 40 crates of big bots of Spates. And yeah, so we were just everyone
Sending
was
them.
just sending the big bots. And
Put a big bot to bed in one sitting.
I was 7 down before I went to bed.
I'm meaning in one sculler.
Yeah, I was sculling half each every turn because
Couple of crazy men.
The boys were
Egging
just
you on.
egging me
That's
on,
what turned
you
him
know.
off it.
And so I was just
That was the
it
turning
was a bit
point.
of a disgrace personally, but I sort of
Not your proudest moment.
No, improved on that and stopped drinking beer for a couple years. But just like last 6 months or so, I've gotten back into the just drinking a cold beer, and whether it's Spates or
A bit of a quiet one.
Waldbach or something. So yeah, I'd be inclined to say that I could just like to drink anything really.
Yeah. Very good.
It's
But if you had a preference, it would be
either Jim Beam or Jim Beam or Spates probably.
Jim Beam or
being
Spates.
honest. Yeah.
Noted.
Mm. And if you had a preference of a song right now, what would it be?
I'll let Nathan pick.
Right now,
Hey, just whatever. You choose. It's your preference, mate.
I'd probably go a bit of Benny King Stand By Me.
Penny King, Stand By Me coming up soon, folks. Check it out. We'll be back in a tick. What a tune. Shit,
Classic.
he's a legend, isn't he?
You can't beat it.
Stand by me here.
Benny
Yeah.
King. Rest in peace.
Benny King. So, what's the thing you like most about that song, Nath?
Probably it's about the only song I can play on the guitar. Or not play, but like just pick the chorus line, you know.
Yep.
But
Dun 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 dun.
oh, I'll show you.
You want to get it done?
I'll get it done.
Get it done, mate. Sing it.
When the night has come.
When the night.
Replaying the song we just heard.
Very good. What a
Beautiful.
tune.
Name that tune.
Talking on talking on more of a general scale. Music. What does it do for you lads? We'll kick off with you, Joel. Into the mic, brother.
Yeah. So my preference for music is sort of old school, sort of 70s and 80s, and 60s, 70s and 80s, sort of pop, rock
You're
and
an
roll.
old head,
sort of-
aren't you?
Yeah, I've always been into the
Should have
old
been born
country-
in the 70s.
old
Yep.
country and stuff. And for me, like, music has a very relaxing, sort of therapeutic nature to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I play my iPod every night for like a speaker and stuff. So I go to sleep with music. It's the I can barely sleep like in just plain silence.
Yeah.
I need something to just keep my subconscious.
Do you have a wee
entertained.
sleep playlist in particular?
Oh, nah, just sort of my favourite songs. I just play all night, and yes, bound to be something good on there.
Something to make you doze off into the land of dreams, eh?
Yeah,
Mm.
that's the sort of. what
So
you
it's
want,
kind of
eh?
like a relaxer for you. Calms your mind down a bit.
Yeah, yep.
Something to make life just all
Bit
the
less
pains of
stressful.
life kind of disappear a little bit.
Yep. Sort
Very good.
of, it depends, because like whatever sort of emotion you're feeling, you sort of can choose a song that's
Yeah, well, yeah. I
similar
feel
and
like, yeah,
reproduce
exactly.
those same feelings.
Every song produces a different type of emotion, doesn't it?
Mm.
And you can cater to that. You're feeling in a bad mood, you can play some sad songs.
Mm.
It makes you feel low key better.
Because
I
someone
think there's
else
been a
out
study
there's-
done on that, and it's
Someone
legit.
else out there is singing the same sort of tune that you're singing to at the moment.
Yeah, it's like they're
that just
singing the
hits home.
feeling that you are feeling.
Yeah.
For sure.
How about you, Nath? What does music do for you, mate?
Probably the sort of the same thing, like, just relating to a song, how it's played, and sort of, in a way, how you would sing it.
Yeah.
I find that quite relatable. Like, and also what you're doing. Like if you listen to a song, generally a lot of the music I listen to is when I'm on my computer playing games. So it's sort of like a different sort of stimulant.
Nerd.
Like
Okay, yeah.
Nerd.
like music, like Joel said, for the subconscious, it sort of just keeps it ticking over so that you're not always sort of focusing. And I sort
It's just there.
yeah. I play it also when I sleep as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of started doing that actually.
You guys wearing headphones while you're doing this, or are you just
Sleeping
reading
or
it?
gaming?
Sleeping.
No.
Nah.
So it's just through
I've
the
got it on a speaker.
Oh, you got it through a speaker?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
100 watts, pretty good.
But yeah,
Sweet as bass.
when I'm gaming, I wear headphones, so
Yeah.
the sound quality is bloody good. But yeah, it's one thing I love about music is sort of the difference between like if you want a bit of a bassy beat and you're on the piss and want to get going, you can play that sort of music. Whereas if you just want to chill out and listen to some Jack Johnson or whatever you listen to, or
It's catering to all situations, really, isn't it?
nah, for sure. And that's sort of
It's a
something
place
that
for music in every situation a little bit. That's the beautiful thing about it. It's
Yeah.
diversity, its subjectivity,
Yep.
Universality, eh?
universality.
I've always thought it's universal. Like it's the one thing that sort of everyone sort of is linked by.
There you go. Music, the universal language, boys. Written in ink.
Get it, ink, baby.
Billy.
Very good.
Yeah, very good.
We're going to take a wee backward step. Gaming.
Yeah.
What you running?
What am I running it in specs of my computer, or what do I play?
What do you play?
I play a lot of games, eh?
Do you have a top three? One of your top three?
Easy. League of Legends.
You're a big lol guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just recently, Players Unknown Battleground,
Mm-hmm.
aka PUBG.
Ah, very
Great
good.
game, first-person shooter.
Yep.
Sort of battle royale scenario. We play it together. It's pretty fun. You can't really have a dull game.
PCing,
Yeah. Yeah.
Windows.
PC. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Just Windows. Got a graphics card in there that I bought last year.
Just all go.
Some decent RAM.
Yeah. I can't say I've ever been to my PC gaming.
Yo.
I used to be a console guy, but I don't have a console anymore. I
Yep.
get quite addicted to gaming. Do you find that you get quite addicted to it? Is it a bit of your kryptonite? It's definitely a kryptonite for me.
Oh, like
When he's studying, he does.
that's the thing. When I'm studying, if I'm not at class and I'm not driving my taxi, I'll be on the computer gaming.
Mm.
But when I hear the word gaming, I think sort of
Yeah.
you're focused just on gaming. You're not connected to the outside world. But I don't think I do that. Like when I play a game, I'll have the door open. I'll be talking to Joel too, or whoever's with me, or whatever. You know, like
Swearing at me, yelling at me.
it's sort of more.
Get me some food.
Yeah, think I'm more of a
Slave
social
mode.
gamer. Like I don't lock myself in my room or anything.
Yeah.
But if I feel like it, I will.
How many hours are you gaming a day? Let's get down to the stats about it.
Well, I bought Players Unknown Battleground in July, and I've put 340 hours on it. So that's
about
6
2 hours a
months.
day.
Yeah, about 2 hours a day. In my worst,
It's not too bad.
when I was studying for exams, I played 76 hours of that one game.
Oh, yeah.
So I was doing an 80-hour week. So I was doing 40 hours a week.
Nice. Nice.
So like
Oh, that's good.
that was probably because I was not playing. I wouldn't have played it on the weekends much because I'd probably go home. But like just a good solid 8 hours. That's probably built up on like 4 2-hour sessions, I suppose,
Yeah.
with a odd class in between that and pretend to read your books. But
Yeah. Do you have a gaming class?
no, I can't really take a
Your
desktop
whole
to
desktop in. You never
to
play
a
on the laptop?
lecture theatre.
Mm.
I've had a laptop, but I just don't have a good enough anymore.
Yeah.
Good enough one anymore. But yeah, it's sort of for me, gaming's just sort of the cliche escape. Yeah, just you're away.
Take a step back from reality
Yeah, for sure. Like
into a virtual world.
yeah, basically.
Mm.
Like I play World of Warcraft.
Mm.
Been playing that since 2002. So
2002.
2012. Sorry. But yeah, so
far
that's
down, man.
like a role playing game. and it's just so huge that like you can just sort of lose yourself in it.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
What do you think about the dangers of virtual reality then, in that sense?
Yeah, I've been watching a wee bit of a few streamers doing like virtual reality. It's called VR chat, where it's just a whole sort of chat room, but in VR. I sort of don't.
Buzzy.
It is real buzzy. Like there's
What's that through?
it's on Steam. Like the game is called VR chat, so it's
Oh, the
sort
game's just called that.
yeah, VR chat
Right.
is its name,
Mm.
and you sort of buy.
Fuck.
Got some decent software. You sort of just walk around different rooms. You can lift up
And
your
you're just
hand.
interacting with other people.
Yeah, there's like open mics. If you say something, everyone can hear you.
Yeah.
That's real out of it. Like
Holy shit.
to think someone's in their room, just or not. I don't know where they are, but just sort of playing a game and pretending it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with it or not.
Holy
but
shit, eh? Yeah. It's a weird one, isn't it?
Mm.
It's hard
It
to interpret.
doesn't. It's not gonna. It's only gonna decrease sort of the general public's ability to actually communicate with other people
Mhm.
in real life.
I think it's definitely going to damage our social interacting
Mm.
skills.
Like now, at the moment, it's just like the sort of dedicated gamers, but it won't be blimmin' for a few years.
Well, that was the same with the internet as well,
yeah,
wasn't
exactly.
it? You know?
Like only the dedicated ones done at the start, but now everyone's on it all day,
Mm.
and it's only going to be blimmin' the next couple of years where people are going to have their work meetings online, like in a virtual reality, and they're going to be like applying for jobs.
I would
and
almost go as far as saying
social interactions will all be just virtual reality and online.
Yeah.
it's probably a handy thing as well. Like for university, like they'll get to a stage where we're all at home
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
in class, like sitting beside someone with headset on. but
So
you know-
there's obviously going to
you're
be
not there.
positives and negatives too, right?
yeah, no, for sure.
I just feel like the negatives are always so hard to predict.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It
In the
seems like a
long run-
moderation thing for me again.
Mm.
the long people might see the positives of it in the like short term, but in the long run, I think the negatives will
Shine through.
definitely outweigh the positives, and people will actually need to sort of adjust our societal thinking on it. Really, eh?
In my comp 241 class, there was a term ubiquitous computing, which is like the sort of the fact that computing is all around us. Like you don't go many places where you don't have your phone or your laptop or your computer or iPad or even now with the watches.
Yeah.
Like everything's sort of got like a memory chip in it. So like
A link
it's just
to the
getting
cloud.
so much a part of our lives. Like would you be able to handle a day without your phone? Do you think?
Well, I could, but I'm not much of a phone advocate. No, I don't use it that much, but I would
What
still
would-
struggle. I
Yeah.
would still struggle. It wouldn't be. I would prefer to have my phone.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like yeah, probably the same.
A week is another whole story. You know, I don't think I could do a week without my phone.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a tough one, eh? Like it's going to be interesting to see how the
It kind of extends to
pans
this
out.
whole idea of life becoming digitalized
Mm.
or becoming more virtual. And an idea that you were thinking about, Joel, was life is becoming a meme
Yeah.
a little bit. So that kind of
People-
relates to that a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know. That's the sort of effects of the virtual and of the online platforms that we use. Whereas life is now just rather than just like an occurrence that has been happening for thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just like a sort of thing that we can make fun of, and we can actually like specify what it is and make fun of it when we want to, which is sort of sad in a way, because like life and well, it's probably pretty negative to say, but like life and death is the only sort of mysteries we have nowadays, eh?
we're losing that
because
value where people
Yeah.
are spending so much time putting
Like,
emphasis into making
You,
jokes.
you see people making jokes about saying like it might be a bit controversial to say, but like people saying how they it's like they want to be depressed. Like you see pages like depressed, like dank memes for depressed teens, whereas like getting depression is seen to be something that's that's like desirable in life. Like people just want to feel sad, so they want to feel sad and yet be happy that someone else in the world is sad like them.
Yeah. So it kind of extends back to this relatability thing that we're
Yeah.
talking about for music.
Mm,
People just want to be related to.
mm,
I definitely hear you on the whole. It's enforcing some bad things
mm,
for society,
Mm.
like your depression. Maybe it's normalizing it a bit and
Yeah.
making it a desirable attribute.
yeah.
But I don't know the stats on it. I do know that social media has been very, very bad for depression rates, and it's
Mm.
inflicting a lot of depression on people.
It's because people, like, normally they would, like, gaming is an escape from reality, and yet social media is an extension of reality, where people
Mm.
are always, they can't, like, look away and feel any freedom. It's because
That's
of,
interesting because I would still say that social media is an alternate reality in
mm,
terms of the things that you are seeing on social media aren't what's really happening. I mean,
No,
you don't see people
they
posting their everyday. They only post happy things, basically.
Exactly, like
It's a facade.
yeah,
instant moments, like instantaneous moments where, like, yeah,
I
that's
think
what I
that
struggle
I
with.
think that evokes jealousy in other people as well. If you're
Yeah.
kind of portraying this "I'm always happy" image, which is let's cut the shit. Everyone does with social
yeah.
media.
That's
That's
the only
what
thing.
you
That's
do.
the only
what
reason it's there. It's to make sure you're having a better life,
Yeah,
having
yeah.
a better day than your next door
That's
neighbour.
what the game is, and you get the
Mm.
wee fucking dopamine boost from getting a few likes, and the more the merrier, and
Mm.
then it becomes an addiction. You get addicted to that boost.
Yeah, you can. I'd agree. It's like an artificial sort of presentation of our lives and stuff, but also we can't escape the fact that we're always being kept in check,
Mm.
and people are always keeping up to date what we're doing, and it's like we're competing. It's like our real life and our digital life are competing against each other,
Mhm.
and it's just whatever one sort of
Triumphs.
takes the most most of your attention is the one that's going to seem to be
Well-
seem to be
well,
the best.
I dare say it's whatever one you're succeeding the most in.
Mm.
If you're succeeding on social media, succeeding being you're getting so and so many likes and blah blah blah, shares, comments, etc. Cheers. Whereas they might not be doing so well in the real world, so they'll revert back to the social media existence. Is that it?
That's the last one.
Oh, yo. Done.
Yeah.
Got spur.
Sorry, Nath.
That's right.
I'll give you some, mate. We'll just go halves on this.
I was. It all comes back to that sort of the thing that the society nowadays is so reactive.
Yeah, you have that. I'm gonna grab a beer. Hold that thought. You boys go at it. I'll be back in about 1 minute.
Cured it. G'day to the What Twins time. Anyway, what were you saying?
Like, society's so reactive now. If someone puts up a post, it's gonna get likes, whether or not
You've
they're
gotta-
good or bad. Like,
You're held up to a standard of accountability that the people in yesteryear just didn't have that
Even-
invasion of their own privacy.
it even comes back to like just general happenings in the world. Like,
Mm.
everything now is reported on, like
Mm.
so fast. Like back in the day, we go on about how many
Disasters and stuff
disasters
there
are
are.
happening nowadays. The only reason they weren't seen to be proclaimed back in the day is because they didn't have any coverage there. Like
Exactly.
there's been murders happening all through history,
Yeah.
whereas now, if there's a black man gets shot, it's going to get reported on in 2 minutes, be up on Facebook. There's going to be a video there, getting like reactions to it. Whereas
Yeah.
back in the day, if it happened, it would take about 2 weeks for it to hit the television. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All done.
How we going? How did that go? Good.
Good.
Yeah, good.
I know we're bouncing around a little bit. We were at this life as a meme thing.
Yep. What do you reckon?
Life as a meme. Life is becoming a meme, eh? I don't know. I've never really thought about it like that, eh?
Mm. Well, the sort of I'll just give you some context a wee bit.
Wait till you're in the mic yet.
So we've we've had our sort of growing up, because we're in the years that have just developed the internet, like in the late
We've
90s
lived
and
with
stuff.
both the internet and without the internet,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, just about.
Generation X, baby.
And like you have your sort of your physical, just day-to-day life, and then you've got your online life, like social media and all that stuff. And now, whereas life as a meme is like saying that the only things that we're doing that actually sort of
Mean anything?
are online, and that now it's just our whole life, rather than being like segregated, being contrasted from our online life and real life, it's all come together as like it just life is just been,
It's part of life.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'd say the thing I disagree with that is you said that the things that we do online become the meaning to life. Is that what you said?
Yeah, sort of. Yep.
Okay. Well, I would argue that the meaningful things in your life should come from what you want. And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm not saying that people don't find meaning in life through their online presence. That is a lot of people's meaning in life. But I see that kind of as a bad choice of meaning.
Yeah.
Mainly, I think that there's better, more meaningful things out there that you could choose to pursue.
Yeah. Like your sort of like spiritual happiness, mental happiness, and physical happiness are things that you can't acquire online. They're things you've got to venture for yourself in a personal journey.
But I think also people are sort of getting that. Like, if someone is feeling average and they put up a photo of themselves looking hot or whatever, if they're a chick or a guy,
No,
even,
I know, but like
and they feel happy from getting likes.
online is a probably wrong word, because obviously online sources can help like your mental and spiritual and physical stuff, but
After
can't-
that,
you're
when
not
you're
gonna-
when you're by yourself, your phone's
Yeah.
dead. You know,
I
how do you
mean,
feel?
it's not your online self that's acquiring spiritual happiness. It's your person, it's your mind, body, and soul that's right here. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So
I understand what you mean, but I do believe that people are truly getting happiness from social media. I do think they are. I just think that it's
There's two weighted.
it's not a. Is it a genuine happiness? though?
yeah, it's a facade of happiness. It's a mask of happiness that you can wear for a little bit.
And I
Okay.
suppose any happiness is better than no happiness, eh?
Well, any happiness is better than no happiness, but let's not get carried away because
That can only last so
don't-
long.
happiness is not, for me, happiness is not an ultimate state of being. The ultimate state of being for me is to have a meaning and a purpose, which will involve
Knowledge.
happiness, it will involve sadness, and it will involve everything in between.
Exactly. You can't have a rainbow without rain.
No.
Yeah, it's
Put
that
on
thing, you know.
points.
There's nothing without an opposite, equal and
Exact-
opposite.
Yeah. Whereas I think the main thing that I struggle with is people were putting so much. Oh, yeah, it is fair to say that people put so much emphasis on sort of their social media.
You're just speaking mic.
I was. They put so much emphasis on their social media
Persona.
profile that it's sort of like they're missing out on the actual physical being, you know? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about for
Mm.
sure. But I know the trap. Like it is a trap.
It
Mm.
It's definitely appealing.
but it does, like, let's be honest, it does feel good if you put up a sweet Instagram picture and you get, like, I don't know, 100 plus likes or whatever. It does feel pretty sweet. Like, you feel, bloody
Yeah,
hell.
man.
You feel
it-
appreciated.
It's
like-
been the boost that you get off it has been it's similar to what you get from gambling. They have found, and that it's the same boost. Like you get that little oh shit, that's good, but then it'll reduce, and then
Yeah.
you're left wanting it again.
Exactly.
So it's
You
the
go
same
back
thing.
for more.
Yeah, you keep going back. So it's an addiction thing.
Mm.
But you're addicted to the boost that you get. You're not addicted to the platform itself.
Yeah.
You're addicted
actual
to the
doing it.
boost.
You just
yeah, you're addicted to the feeling of feeling. You're addicted to the emotion of feeling appreciated and like as if people like enjoy what you're putting up. But I would wonder about that from getting happiness online is whether or not people who are liking the photos and the videos and all that stuff on Facebook and Instagram and everything, whether they are actually doing it on a through a like a genuine like attraction to the photo, or whether they are doing it on just to
And
appear,
hope to get a bit of something themselves.
yeah,
Exactly,
just
like-
to appear as if they're people that like other
Yeah.
people's stuff and
Like,
they're just fair,
I've-
genuine people. You know what I mean?
I've found that a lot. Like people that have like 5,000 viewers or whatever, like 5,000 followers or a couple thousand followers. Like it's so easy just to click that like button and just think that you're a part of it.
Yeah.
Like, whereas if
it's become a
I've
bit of a community thing, hasn't it?
exactly
Yeah.
like I've got 500 followers, so I'm not getting as many likes. But the people that are liking it, I sort of feel like they are actually liking.
Yeah,
Like they actually like the photo. They're not just liking it.
just
It's
to be
like
seen to be
sympathy
liking
like,
it.
or a collective like, kind of
Yeah.
like a tribalism thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like if they see someone else's, oh, so and so's liked it, so I better like it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't like it all, they might bloody, hit me up. But what I was gonna say to you boys,
Hit
what
me
Hit us.
with your best shot.
what would the world be like if we didn't have social media? Like if we, if Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and all the rest of it weren't actually invented.
You should talk to my bloomin' lecturers about this, they'd love the chat,
Get 'em on.
especially about the communication sort of side.
Ring him
of
in,
it,
call him in.
eh?
But yeah,
Yeah. I think that we get those answers are easy to find out. All we got to do is ask the older generation.
Exactly.
Mm.
But
Good point.
yeah, personally, I can't imagine it.
mm.
The amount of like, for me, when I went to America, like it's allowed me to stay in contact with all those friends a lot easier than like sending a goddamn letter,
email
to,
or something. Yeah,
Well, not even an
That's
email.
the best
bro.
thing
Like,
about that's the best thing about Facebook in particular. Like keeping up with people that you wouldn't normally keep up with.
yeah, it's definitely helping to sustain relationships a lot more, isn't it? Even
think so?
even I think it is
Social media.
Yep.
Like,
long distance.
Yeah,
long
yeah.
distance, I think it is, but it's like social media has for relationships in particular. It's giving too much insight for each person into their their partner's life. Like it's giving too much
Partner,
Too
as
much-
in just the other person,
the other person in the
other
relationship.
party. Yeah, not partner. As in,
Well, the argument with that is that I would claim people on social media aren't being themselves, though. People aren't showing themselves on social media. They're showing a facade of what they want people to think they're like.
Yeah, I know, but
I think
you
what
think about like what I was trying to mean is that in the older generations, their relationships they weren't built on like appearing as a good couple online or anything, but like with photos and stuff of holidays and all that sort of la-di-da, they were like physically seen to be like a nice partner, going to dances and going to the pub and everything. And then like when they weren't together, it was just there was more like, I'm not saying there isn't trust anymore, but there's more trust in the person of their relationship back then, that they'd stay faithful and they'd
Okay. Yeah, I get what you mean.
That's
So you're talking more as in male-female romantic relationship. I was kind of talking relationships on a more broad scale. So like,
Yeah,
friendships and whatnot. But yeah,
like love relationships.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
going-
you think
basically
it's
just
you think
sexual
it's
relationships sort of
detrimental
thing.
for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But like, I think that if you did truly have like a good relationship with someone now with social media, then you wouldn't be worrying about the social media of it. You know, that would kind of
No.
be my criteria of. I mean, obviously you're going to put up the occasional photo, but you're not playing the full-on game like, once a day, putting up a photo of like, look at us, we're fucking in love and love each other.
Yeah.
For me, that's them putting up a facade of what they want people to think. But, you know, at the same time, I don't know. I feel like it is a case-to-case basis. I'm sure
Yeah.
some of those people are truly in good relationships and they've just kind of learned how to play this game and learned how to adapt to this change in life. But
Yeah.
it seems
With-
like, on average, that wouldn't be the healthiest thing. But, yeah.
No, with like friends and stuff, even like as I was talking about, like life has been a meme. Like an online like social media, if you're not tagging your friends in memes, then what's the like? People could say, "Oh, what's the point of the?"
Then are you
friendship
alive?
then? Yeah. Like, are you actually participating in this thing we call life? Because
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I
because
get you.
That's like, and sometimes
That's so superficial. Like, I'm not playing that game.
I
I'm not
know,
going to
like-
fucking play that game. I
the only
refuse.
thing I tag people in is like cricket memes. That's about it.
They're good though.
They're pretty
quality.
funny. But you know, even saying memes is just like it sort of gives me a jar. Like I just don't agree with them because it's such a superficial sort of attempt at humor.
Yeah,
And
I think some of them are good though, bro.
yeah,
Let's give them some credit. Let's not
yeah.
just write memes
to
off
the
it.
memes credit, they've been a major phenomenon in the last few years.
Oh yeah, they kind of killed it.
Yeah.
They smashed it in
Mm.
terms of like market value.
Oh, flip yeah. If someone had a business, well, the pages, even on Facebook, they must make a bit of money with advertising and everything,
Yeah, surely.
even just by basic standard. You know what I mean?
I hear you. That got a bit deep
We
with
did
the
hear
social
you.
media.
Yeah.
We're gonna just bring it back to the real world for a second. Get back to the basics.
Yo, hit me with that.
Spigots, Quee.
Shin time, my favourite time.
Oh, we're running out of bloody beverages, mate.
Ooh, I've got half.
What does far lap translate to?
Long yard.
The dusty road.
Lightning flash.
Close.
Skull.
Losers. I think we're almost gonna wrap it up soon, boys.
Yo.
I've got a wee. It's called. I call it the higher virtue test, right?
Hit me.
And so it's like two ends of the spectrum. You just got to say either A or B, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just go. Joel, you answer first, and then Nathan, you answer second.
Yo.
We'll see how similar you two twins are. Right, they're twins. If we didn't mention that, did we mention that?
I don't think we
Oh,
have.
probably not. Probably could people just
Twins.
assume it
Assume
from
it.
the video, but
Yeah.
you know.
There you go.
G'day.
We are.
We
are
are
the white
identical
twins.
Cyber twins.
Look
Bring
us
it
up
back,
on
eh?
YouTube.
Is anything coming back from that?
We're looking for
up, we split up a couple of years ago, but we had a reunion reunion last year, and we had a like original track, but you know.
We're looking for a feature.
Looking for a feature.
Yeah.
Can
Solid
you
Twins
get us in tune and
Gruff Grey.
Skiraf.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay. Let's move on. High virtue test. Okay, so the first one is OCD or untidy.
Nathan's first. Oh,
you first.
You first, Joel.
untidy.
OCD.
Comfort or adventure. Do you want to keep going back and forth so you do first on this one?
I'd go adventure.
Comfort.
They're quite different these two. Compassion or competition. Joel.
Compassion.
Compassion.
Loving boys. Harmony or honesty.
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 Group discussion or a solo discussion. One-on-one discussion. Joel.
Group discussion.
Group discussion.
Purpose or pleasure. Dwelling on it.
Pleasure.
Purpose.
Happy and sad or content. Joel.
Content.
Content.
Question or answer?
Question.
Yeah, question.
Power to the individual, or power to the group?
Individual.
Individual.
Okay, we'll get you both to answer this one at the same time. On my count. Yes or no? 3, 2, 1.
No.
Yes.
There you go, boys. We've had the Wider twins, the Cyber twins, the Facebook Live animals. Surely going live again soon, boys.
Tonight we'll get home.
Fucking oath, boy.
Review this.
Review it.
Yeah.
You can
G'day
do it
guys,
live.
we've just been with Reb and Craig. Here are the key points.
Here's the rundown.
It
Hey,
was awesome.
cheers, boys. I don't know if you have any fucking beverages left, but cheers, cheers, cheers. Bloody good. Couple of dingers there.
Yeah.
Bloody good.
Give you a couple of handshakes. Thanks for coming on, mate. Thanks.
Well done. Got it.
Yeah. This has been episode 3, Scruffy Chinwags, coming to you live from my house today. It was,
My crib.
and yeah, it's good. Look forward to hearing this one back. We'll catch y'all next time.
Cheers for being on. It's been awesome.
Take it easy.
Hit them up on Facebook, YouTube.
Oh, and
Instagram.
any more selling you want to do? Your taxi?
Yeah, well, for people out there, if you're in Dunedin this year looking for a ride on a Friday, Saturday night, pretty dusty, hit up 027 80 40 592 and you'll get a comfortable, guaranteed quality ride.
There you go.
Thank you.
And I'm single.
And Joel, quickly,
And I'm single.
the voice impersonation.
Oh,
I want to close on that, mate.
We'll go on Liam.
Oh.
Go Liam Neeson.
Reckon?
Yeah,
Liam
yeah.
Neeson or the elephant character? Which one do you want?
Liam. Go.
Lee Ham, apparently.
Right, yeah.
In the supermarket like you did the last time. That was awesome.
No, I'm not doing that again. I'll just do the phone call. This is the phone call from Taken 2008 film starring Liam Neeson. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you, I don't have any money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I won't pursue you. I won't look for you. But if you don't, I will look for you. And I will find you. And I will kill you.
Chills, baby.
Boys.
I personally love the body language.
Mm.
That's it. That's a wrap. Cut
Easy
it there.
as.
Thanks, boys. See you later.